This past week's pickups, episode number 4. Got a lot of good stuff in this week, guys, so stay tuned for this one. You're not going to want to miss it. Had some different items come in from some different people, some from eBay, some from a friend of mine that I buy from quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we got, several Willie Hernandez autograph cards. So Willie was on the 1984 Detroit Tigers team that won the World Series. He won the MVP and the Cy Young that year. Played a big role in that on that team. So we had these. These came from a private signing. I think there's about 10 of them there. So we got a 83 Fleer, 85, 87. This is an 87 Topps team leaders, Tigers leaders. I think this might be Mike Heath on there, who charges through the mail. I might try to get that one sent off to him. At 84 Donruss, 85, 84 Topps, 80 Topps, and then another 84 and 85. So Willie's pretty difficult, and you will see a variation in his signature here. So this is the Willie Hernandez, and this is a G. His actual name is Guillermo. So there's two variations, so you might run into both of those at some point. Next we've got, I thought this was pretty awesome set here. It's not the whole set, but this is a 1981 TCMA Rochester Red Wings. So this set has Cal Ripken Jr.'s minor league team card in there, the AAA team. He's got a couple other before this, but it's not in this set. But there's 16 autographs out of the set here, and I think this is almost a complete set. I would just need like Ripken and a few others. But Mike Boddicker, he was a good player. He played in an All-Star game, and he's from Iowa. Bill Bonner, I think it's actually Bob Bonner, and he was on the 1982 Cal Ripken rookie card. So we just got a few other guys. Some of these guys are probably pretty tough, I would guess. And I would guess that these all came from around, they were all probably signed at the stadium. Just a guess. Generally, when you see these kind of items where a lot of the team cards are signed, they just came from someone going to the games who got them while they were there watching the games. Even got a trainer there. These guys are going to be really hard to find, to track down. So you could definitely put this together. I will see if some of these other guys sign through the mail and see if I can get a couple of those signed. Potentially go after the whole set. I don't know. And I'm sure the Ripken is fairly expensive, but I have seen them, so they are out there. And that was like $30. I thought that was a pretty good deal for that. And these, so we had some random cards here. These are about 20. These are all early 80s. There's Bob Bonner right there. He was in that set there. Jody Davis, Mike Marshall, Tom Bernansky, rookie. This is an 81 Harold Baines Fleer. This is his rookie. This signature, you take a look at that, you will see that signature, but that is an old signature. That was probably signed in the early 80s around the time of this card released. Terry Francona and Charlie Lee, who has been deceased for a little while now, 81 Topps. Next, we got some Cubs cards here. There's like 10 Cubs cards. I think this was like $12. Got a Lee Smith, Earl Averill, some other guys here, Dennis Lamp, some minor league guys. Just kind of, Bump Wells is pretty tough. Mike Brumley. Pro cards, minor league card. So those are like 12 or 13. Next we got a Drew Brees. I think this was like 100. Kind of a neat card. It's like a cut signature, Fleer genuine, and in my mind, Drew Brees is highly underrated. And everybody knows he was great, but he was kind of under the shadow of Tom Brady, of course. But if it wasn't for Tom Brady, people would be talking a lot more about Drew Brees, I would think. Next, I think this is like 25 or 30 3x5s, and these were $25. I don't normally like to get 3x5s so much because I've got like 15,000, maybe 20,000 3x5s. And, they do pretty well, but they're just kind of hard to sell at shows. You got to sell them online, and they're just kind of time consuming. And I think all these are, it says who they are on the back, and sometimes if you don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to figure out. Especially like this I believe is Adam Greenberg. He was a minor leaguer. I don't know if he ever made the majors, but there's Tim Stoddard, Jim Pankovic. I'll just kind of go through these. Lee McPhail's in the Hall of Fame. Gene Stevens, that's an old one there. That looks like an album page almost. I guess it is a 3x5, but Paul Foytak, John Blue Moon Odom, Mike Torres. So there's a few good players like the Lee McPhail. So Clyde Sukfort, he played in the 20s and 30s, and he was scouted Jackie Robinson. He's a major reason why Jackie Robinson made it to the majors. He was scouted. He made recommendations. They were trying to find who would be most suitable to come into the major leagues as the first black player, and Clyde Sukfort had a big role in that. A lot of people don't realize that, I don't think. So, nice one to have there. Jack Curtis, Virgil Trucks, Dusty Rhodes, George Bamberger. Some minor leaguers in here. Victor Santos. Yeah, some of these guys are just from the minors, but there's a few other really good ones in here. Bill Bonham, Kevin Mensch. Generally, I know who all the older players are. There's George Culver. There's Moose Scourin. Here's one, Jim Catt, who just made the Hall of Fame there, so that's a good one there. Bill Melton. So Tony Kubek. Yeah, so we have some Hall of Famers in here. Some guys that played in the 30s like Willis Hoodlin. There's Dale Berra, Yogi's son. Bobby Thompson, shot heard around the world. And we got Johnny Sane. It was Spawn and Sane and Pray for Rain. Big 2 for the Milwaukee Braves. So that was about 25 on those. Next we've got a nice little lot here. I think this was 30 for this lot from eBay. Got a Dick Groat, Swell Greats. He just passed away. Ned Garver. So these are Sievers and Garver. Both these guys are really good signers. So was Dick Groat. These are from 1983 tops, 52 reprints. So they re-released the set in 83, the complete set, and those cards are from that set. There's a Souvenirs cut. Kind of a cool looking card there. That's Rick Farrell, numbered out of 49, and that cut is from a Hall of Fame postcard. And next one, the reason why I bought it was for this card. We got a red Shane Dees. This is a player sample, like a Topps Heritage player sample, and you will see these. This is a JSA on the back. However, you will see these player samples. I think this card was probably a certified autograph in the set, and they gave him some of these samples. And I have a few of these. They might have sent these out. I know I got some from when I wrote to some players. They sent one of these back. So Red Shane just charged to the mail. So he might have sent that to somebody, or maybe somebody asked him if he had any or something like that. But pretty hard cards to find, actually. Next we have some other stuff. We got some more of these cards, these custom pieces. There's a Kevin Hart with the sticker autograph, Jumanji. Then we've got Jeremy Renner from the Avengers. Got a clearly authentic. This is Dylan Carlson. Mike Mussina, who's charging $20 for the mail. He's got his Hall of Fame mirror on there. Got a Elite Series unsigned Andre Dawson. I might try to get him to sign that. He charges $10, but he's kind of hit or miss, so I'm not sure about him. Tim Raines and Darryl Strawberry. This is a JSA certified on the back there. Pretty sick card there. This is a custom-made Charlie Sheen from Major Leagues. Custom autograph card. Ginter style. So we have Tom Glavine, PSA. This is a 92 Fleer Ultra autograph. Nice looking signature on that one. These are nice cards. Next we got another Tim Raines. 86 Donruss. A Dave Winfield 1976 Topps. That's a vintage signature there. I do believe he signed through the mail back in the day, and that's what you would have got, that autograph. So you will see these out there. Heads up if you see anything like that. Most likely it's authentic. That's what you would have got in his playing days during that time. Next we've got Randy Johnson. 89 Donruss. I don't have that card. Another really sick card here. So this is 85 Fleer. It's got Darryl Strawberry, Gary Carter, Steve Garvey, and Ozzie Smith. So, Gary Carter's been deceased for a while, so this is a tough one to get signed. That's probably a $300 or $400 card, to be honest with you. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about Rod Carew. We got an 85 Donruss here. So, by coincidence, I just watched this interview with Rod Carew. I don't really know much about Rod Carew other than he was a great hitter, like a 7-time batting champion. Now the batting title is named after him, the award. But I didn't realize, so he's from Panama, and his parents moved to the U.S., I think, when he was a kid. And his father beat him severely as a child. And in this interview, he goes into it in detail and talks about the effects it had on him and his life and his self-esteem. But he said he knew that he had a real talent in baseball and that he would try his hardest to be successful. And he took batting practice every single day, extra batting practice after practice, and that he told himself, he made a deal with God, I guess, that if he made it to the major leagues, that any child that he ever saw, he would make them feel like they were being treated with kindness and respect and, love and all this stuff. And a few years ago, I actually met Rod Carew. He was doing like a signing, a public free signing at a minor league stadium close to here. And I had my young son with me, and I didn't know any of this about him beforehand. And the way he talked to my son, he asked, there was 200 people, I would say, at least in line. And he was only signing for like an hour. But we managed to get there. We were like the fourth in line or something like that. But he just talked to him, and the way he talked to him, it was just like, it was just really impressive. I was really impressed by how kind he was. It's pretty surprising, because you don't really see that often. And, I'll never forget that personally. But now to know all his past and all the things that happened to him. There was a lot of things that happened to him. He had a heart transplant and all this. His daughter died. And so he had a pretty tragic life, really, a lot of tragedy in his life. But the fact that he is who he is and he's as kind as he is and everything it was really pretty heartbreaking, a lot of the stuff he had to go through. But he's had a lot of illness recently as well, too. So anyways, I'm going to put a link to that interview that I watched below if you guys get a chance. I think if you just see the first 20 minutes or so, it'll really, I think you'll really get a lot out of it. Anyways, final one here. We got, I don't have any of these. I don't have any Ken Griffey Jr. rookies autograph, so nice to have that one. These all came from my friend, and we made a deal. I probably sent him about 500 and then some trade as well for all the cards for all these. With the Rod Carew, nice autograph and nice shape on this one. So that's it, guys. A lot of nice stuff this time to show you. These are going to be coming up once a week on Monday. Try to get it out on Monday evening sometime. But please like and subscribe. Please check out my links below. I got my eBay store, ComC store down there, and my Instagram. And I put a link to that Rod Carew interview there. Definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned.